Kai.
Beth,
Hi.
Mary. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Kai.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. Welcome. Good afternoon, and welcome everyone to What About Your Story Saturdays with Walking Through Darkness topic, brought to you by Lion at Heart, discovering courage and greatness within. Guys, it's the fourth Saturday of the month, July 25th. Today is our 13th glorious episode of our Freedom Journey movement. Welcome, Lions and Lionesses. Thank you for hopping in. Thank you for joining us today. This is Kai Hayes, your author and your host tonight. Every second and fourth Saturday of the month, I am extremely excited to showcase various extraordinary individuals whose heart is on fire and burning with desire to help make a change in someone's life and to inspire by sharing their life tough but courageous journey with the hope of inspiring and uplifting our audience today. But first, allow me to acknowledge and thank our Lion at Heart leadership group who made this show happen. And these special ladies, you guys simply committed themselves and locked arms with me in creating a great movement called Lion at Heart Freedom Journey. And that is why we are going to expand our members as we continue with our crusade. So next week, we will be introducing some other new members as we go on with this movement. And so as I call your names, please wave your hands and just say hello. I'll start with Emmy Cadaves. Are you there?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Emmy.
Welcome.
Good. How about Paulette Snipke?
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Hi, Paulette. Thank you. And we're gonna go to Kate Castro.
Hello.
Hi, Linus and Beth Busa.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Beth. And another lioness is Betty Picard. Unmute yourself, Betty. We cannot hear you.
Hi from Texas.
Hi, Linus. And of course, I'm going to save the best for last. Not the best, because she is my co-host today and my special guest. So today I am honored. I'm honored to have her with us and as my special guest and co-host, also one of the pioneers of this freedom journey. She is an amazing woman whose heart is in the right place. Her beauty and humility radiates when she speaks and give that winning smile. Her name is Petron, out of Virginia, Minnesota, married to his wonderful husband, Joe, and I know he's watching. Blessed with 3 amazing children. She worked in a corporate America for 15 years with communications and business degrees, now running her parents' family business and embrace a successful network marketing business. Cara is a breast cancer survivor and first-time marathon finisher in July of 2020, actually. Yay! Congratulations. And a true lover of life, a lion at heart. Cara, please just say hi to our excited audience today. I'm happy to have you with us today.
Oh, thank you so much, Kai. Hi, everybody. I'm so honored to be here today, and I'm so honored to be able to be part of this movement and to talk about this book today. And just want to say thank you so much, Kai, for having the courage to write this book. And it's just making differences in people's lives already. And I bring it everywhere I go. I can't wait to share it with everybody. I always have it with me. So thank you for having me, and thanks everyone for joining today.
Absolutely. And thank you for saying yes today to join me as my special guest and co-host. Well, our Saturday segment is definitely, Cara, for those who are seeking leadership, personal, and its spiritual transformation. And it is inspired by my book, Lion at Heart. And I wrote a book because I believe that a book is an opportunity to use our voice for the voiceless. The world is hurting, you guys, and if we can reach out to them through our voice by sharing our stories of victories behind those sacrifices, then isn't this showcasing the best of our humanity? And in my book, Lion at Heart, you will discover that we are called to do great things in life. Yet, in order to do so, we need to find a way to help others, for helping others leads to greatness. In reading this book, you will learn the way to map the road to your personal success. You will learn that inner strength is found during struggles, and there is joy behind pain, and how to unleash your greatest potential. And you will also learn ways to develop the proper mindset to break through barriers. And lastly, in order for you to learn that there is lion within your own heart. Right, Kara?
Absolutely, Kai. In Lion at Heart, Discovering Courage and Greatness Within, Kai Hayes shares her remarkable story and determination in breaking through barriers in her life. She's a 5-foot dynamo of energy, and everyone who knows her knows that she is. She is inspiration and has determination. She once walked down the dirt roads of the Philippines, and today she walks across the stage to inspire crowds of thousands with her secrets to personal, spiritual, and leadership growth, which led her to financial success and amazing lifestyle. She's risen from the depths that very few of us can imagine to achieve a level of success that is inspiring to all. Her inspiring story will encourage you to rise above your present day circumstances of fears and failures and become a lion at heart, able to conquer and triumph during the seasons of your life. Featured twice in the Business for Home for her story of success, she will inspire you to develop a mindset that breaks through personal barriers. Kai believes everyone has the heart to create a lifestyle of their own dreams. In Lion of Heart, Kai becomes your personal guide and mentor in your life's journey.
That is very true, Kara. Thank you so much. Because when we share, we change the world. Because with every story that we share, we change the course of every individual. We stimulate personal and leadership growth. We enhance understanding and create awareness to become a warrior in life, a lion at heart. To order the book, visit www.kaihayes.com or just go to amazon.com.
And I want to make sure that we mention that 10% of the proceeds of your book go to the Kai and Greg Bridge of Hope Ministry, which will be allocated to St. Rita Orphanage in Manila, Philippines, and your priesthood mission in Diocese of Tanzania in Tanzania. And that's wonderful.
Absolutely. And you are actually buying my book for a cause. But our main topic for today is focused on chapter 1 of my book called Walking Through Darkness. Thank you, Kara, for being an integral part of our women's movement. Everyone, Kara is one of our pioneers and brains of our Lion at Heart Freedom Journey movement. So please accept my gratitude for honoring our show by saying yes to my invitation to share with me your stories of struggles and pain, along with the victories behind your darkness in life that you have experienced in the past. And thank you for taking the courage to step up and be the voice for us tonight. I am truly certain, Kara, that our wonderful viewers are excited to hear from you. So tell us who Kara Petron is and what is your story, and share with us your tough but remarkable experience walking through darkness in life.
Okay, thank you, Kai. Well, my story is I was kind of a typical child growing up. I was a fortunate child. I didn't have a lot of darkness in my early years. We were part of a middle-class family in a northern Minnesota town, small town, had lots of friends and a little neighborhood and nothing really out of the ordinary. I was very blessed growing up. I went to college after high school. I went to college in St. Paul, Minnesota, which was about 3 hours away, and got my degrees in business and communications, and had some ups and downs in college. But then when I met my first husband, we moved back to my little hometown in northern Minnesota, and we raised 2 beautiful daughters, and life was great. But we got married when we were 25 years old, and kind of as a result of being young, and I put all of my energy and my focus into my daughters, and over time, we kind of just grew apart. And so it was a very, very tough decision to end our marriage after 8 years, but we are very blessed that we've been able to remain good friends and have a very, very positive relationship for our daughters. And so that's really wonderful. But that was probably my first really time of walking through darkness. And so when I read your book, Kai, the first chapter, Walking Through Darkness, it really made me stop and think that, you know, for most of us, I think the more challenges that we go through in life, for every phase of our life, there is a moment of darkness that we struggle to go through, that we struggle to know what decisions to make. And I guess I was just very blessed to be, I've been a Christian all my life. I grew up going to church and going to Sunday school, and going through my divorce was one of the most difficult things. I just remember praying at night, like, what can I do? Give me some guidance, you know, because you never want to end up in divorce. But the light at the end of that was being able to have a strong relationship and the best thing for our daughters. But also I got to meet my husband, who is my husband Joe now of, well, we've been married for 10 years together, for 15. And so we kind of live with our blended family, and we've made things work. And it's been, the blessings along the way are just that. I get to, you know, we meet the future person we're supposed to be with. And so that was like a moment of darkness, where I always think too that, like you said in your book, there's a light at every end of it. With the seasons that change, you know, there's always a winter, but spring comes, and there's fresh and new. So but the one I wanted to really talk about today was the biggest moment of darkness that I wanted to share was my experience with breast cancer, because I was only 44 years old when I was diagnosed, and I've always lived a healthy life. I've always been in exercise. I've always exercised, ate well for the most part, and I do love my chips and salsa, but for the most part, I was living a healthy lifestyle. And
Wow.
my mother was diagnosed with cancer in 2012, breast cancer, and she got a lumpectomy and was doing fine. But as a result of that, I was getting mammograms at a younger age than 40.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in for my annual mammogram, and they spotted something. And so I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't feel anything. I didn't have any of the symptoms that you can possibly have. So I was shocked. And of course, that is a moment of darkness that stops your life on a dime. You know, you don't ever want to hear those words that you have cancer. But
were you scared, Kara? Were you totally scared when you found out about that? How was your feeling? Were you numbed? Were you crying? What was the?
Well, I think I was numb at the time. When you first find out, you hear those words, you just can't even process it, I don't think. And I was very nervous, but I think that's another reason why the Lord does certain things, because I think, I get emotional, but I think the Lord put my husband, Joe, in my life to be my biggest. He was so supportive and there for everything. And it's just a terrifying moment that you just don't think you're ever going to hear. And so one of the blessings, though, was that I always talk about silver linings. I always think that there's silver linings in everything when we look for them. And one of the things about my journey was that right before this, my husband was laid off from his job, and it was devastating. And so then when I was diagnosed with cancer, I thought, oh my gosh, he's laid off. What are we going to do? We can't go through something like this. And I didn't know what was going to happen.
When it rains, it pours.
Yes. And so then he got to come with me I was doctoring in St. Paul, which was 3 hours away. And so he got to come with me to every single appointment. He was there for I had a bilateral mastectomy. He was there for my surgeries. He was there for everything. And him being laid off was actually a blessing in disguise, because he was able to come with me to every single appointment, and he didn't have to miss work because
Hold on to that thought, Kara. He was laid off, but he was able, the good side about it is he was able to be with you by your side. Isn't it like sometimes we think it's a negative news, right? But at the end of the day, God knows what's going on. God knows what is best for us. And he was able to be there as your greatest supporter because you needed that. You needed that you needed him at your side. What a great story is this. Go ahead, Kara.
Oh, I was just going to say the end to that is even better, because I had to go through chemotherapy, and then I also had some other bad news that I was the BRCA1 genetic mutation carrier. So I had the genetic mutation, which kind of explains why I got cancer at 44, because you have a very great chance of getting breast or ovarian cancer with that mutation. But he, oh, I forgot where I was going with that. Where was I going with that? The
Go
mutation.
ahead.
I don't know. I don't remember what I was saying. But I had to have a hysterectomy because of that. I had to go through reconstructive surgery. And so he was able to be with me for all of that. And then once I was done with all of my treatments, he got a call that next week that he was returning to work. So it was just one of those things where it's like, you know, the Lord is,
God is so gracious. Oh, you are
great.
blessed. You both are blessed. Wow. Wow. I could
Yes.
believe that. I could see that. Yes.
Yep, it was a blessing. And so, you know, then there was another moment of darkness during all of that, when my daughters now, because I have the genetic mutation, my daughters had to be tested when they were 18. They wanted to know if they had the genetic mutation. And my older daughter tested when she turned 18, and she tested positive. And then my younger daughter just turned 18 last year, and she also tested positive. So this was another deep moment of darkness, because you can handle things kind of, you know, yourself as much as you can, but you never want your children to have to go through.
Absolutely.
And so it's very hard, and I question God, you know, like, why them? Why do they have to go
Of course.
through this too? And but I'm a firm believer in things happening. You know, God has a plan, and we'll figure out what that plan is with the two of them. But, you know, as a result, my younger daughter is attending college, and she is in pre-medicine, and she wants to learn about genetics. So I don't know, maybe she'll come up with something amazing for how to take care of these mutations or something like that. I don't know, but.
Wow. Oh my goodness, Kara. You see, ladies, sometimes we just see the beautiful smile as a facade, but we don't know that each of us are actually wounded inside. And it's just depend on our inner strength, you guys. Our faith is what truly allows us to stand strong in our trials in life. My goodness, Kara. So right now, I'm not going to look at you the same way as I look at you before, because you are a tough cookie, definitely a warrior in life, a lion at heart. So this is really great that you have poured out your heart to us. And I will call everyone, please participate. If you have a question for Kara right now, I will give you this Q&A portion so that we can interact and participate. And of course, share with us, maybe you have that darkness in your life as well. So let the viewers hear your darkness in life that you were able to overcome, because if Kara did overcome all these obstacles, we too can overcome that. And the only way that we can help other people to overcome that is to share and reach out to them and tell them our stories of victories. Go ahead. Who wants to ask the question?
I'll ask Kai.
Definitely, Angela. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, Kara. It's
Hi.
I'm really touched by your story. I always think of it like it's a way of us when we go through all of this darkness in our life, there's always a light. They always say there's a light to at the end of the tunnel, and I believe that. So my question for you is, what do like when you get up in the morning, like before and after, like now, what do you, the first thing that you do or think, because every day is a blessing when we wake up. So
Yes.
what do you say to yourself that, like, am I blessed today, or what am I going to do today? How am I going to, uh, go through this day again? You never know. Sometime in the middle of the day, you have good news, sometime bad news. We never know. So what do you do?
Oh, thank you for that question, because I do want to say that and everyone who knows me, everyone watching that knows me knows that I was a worrier my whole life. I was always afraid of getting sick. I was afraid I had a brain tumor. I let fear kind of control me, because I always wanted the best life for myself, but I didn't let myself just, like, I was worried about everything. And the craziest thing about this cancer journey is that it's made me not sweat the small stuff anymore. I literally was on my knees and asking God, just please, I'm giving you all my anxieties. They're yours now, because you get something like cancer and there's nothing that compares to it. So another funny thing is, I used to just think, oh, birthdays, oh no, I'm turning 42, oh no, I'm turning 43. And after all of this, it's like, birthdays are amazing. I love my birthday. I can't wait. I'm having another one August 2nd. I'm going to be 49. And every birthday is an absolute blessing. And, as time goes on, of course you have moments where and that's what you want to do. You want to forget that you had cancer. You don't want to think about it every single day. But at the same token, it's really made me focus on living my life and not allowing, toxic people to be in my life. And I was always a people pleaser, and, so many things that you just re-examine. And every morning I always make sure I set time out for the Lord. I wake up, I read my devotionals, I have some quiet time, and I just kind of refocus and remember what it is we're here to do. And I always said, as a survivor, if he gave me a second chance, I would be on this earth to help other people and to do what I can to make a difference. So it's kind of just funny how everything kind of falls into place. And I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we live every day like we're going to do the things we want to do, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So thank you so much for that question.
Well, thank you so
Wow.
much for that. Yes.
That was beautifully said, Kara. What a wonderful sharing today. You inspired me. And I thank God right now, you guys, as we are here in this crusade also to transform spiritually. And if you heard Kara, she actually developed so much faith in God, and she doesn't know, we all don't know what tomorrow will bring, but she faced the future with so much strength and so much courage. And could you just see her face, full of hopes and that wonderful smile that is so contagious, you guys. Kara has definitely faced a lot of struggles. She worked through darkness, but here she is. She's blessing us. And I thank the Lord that we have created this movement, because if we did not, then you know what? I know that Kara will always share that stories through her friends, but I am so blessed that we put her today, because today mark this day that Kara is going to bless many individuals, not only women, but we have men listening to this, because their family, their wives, their mothers, their children might be experiencing the same things that Kara is experiencing. So thank you very much for that wonderful question, Angela. Anybody who would like to ask Kara, this is the right
Hi.
time for you to actually ask
Okay.
Kara.
Hi, Kara. My name is Anne. Hello. You're so pretty.
Hi.
You're beautiful. Hi. Thank you, Kai, for involving me in this the thing.
Freedom journey.
Yeah, in this journey. Yes. Um, Kara, I admire you being courageous. You're such a courageous woman. I know somewhere someone is watching this who's having difficulty in life right now, what would you advise that someone, or to just like continue living on with his life, like someone who's losing hope, someone who thinks that that's the end of it, someone who just give up fighting for for life?
Thank you. Thank you for the question. I think that I would probably just say that kind of like what we've been talking about, like no matter how bad things get, there's always a light at the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel. There's always a silver lining. Like I said, when I was going through, I was always a Christian, but I really feel like this diagnosis gave me the fight to know the Lord better and to just know that we're not in control. That was my biggest problem, is like I always wanted to control everything. I was a manager in my professional job, and I managed 26 people, and I always wanted to be in control. And we have to be reminded that we're not in control. But when we have low moments, finding the silver linings in the moments, because they're there. You know, there's a reason why things are happening. And you know, I had the strength because I was always, like I said, I was always afraid of things happening. And then going through this, when I look back, this is a strength that I was given that I would never be able to have on my own. So if you ask for strength and really be open to receiving it, I had, you know, I just want to say a quick thing. I had a friend of mine that said one time, right when I was diagnosed and I was going through chemotherapy, this friend stopped to see me and she said, "Aren't you mad?" And I was like, "No, I'm not mad. It's devastating, but mad isn't one of the things that I am." And she said, "Well, you know, you can tell me if you're mad. You have every right to be mad." And I didn't really think mad was the right word, because why be mad? What is mad going to do? It's not going to get us anywhere. We have to focus on positive things. I focused on positive stories. That's another thing. Focus on positive stories. Don't focus on the negative ones, because when you're down, you need the positive stories to help you. And one quick thing I just want to show you, because I've never been a tattoo person my whole life, but after I was done with my journey, I have a tattoo that it's not quite done yet because I was scared, but it says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And someone asked, "Why is it so big on your arm?" And it's so big because I want to see it. I want to see it and know that I was given strength that I never had. So we can do it. We can overcome things, but we need help doing it. And reach out to other people, or especially just prayer and get through, you know, to get through the times that are our lowest, because we're all going to have them. And like Kai says in her book, there's seasons, you know, we have good ones and bad seasons, and we're all human. It's everybody goes through those, whether you're rich or poor or wealthy or, you know, whatever your scenario is, we all have pain. So thank you for your question. I hope I answered it okay.
Cara, you are a remarkable woman, and I am so blessed that I wrote this book, because I was able to summon you to share your stories, to share your heart with us right now. And I can't cry because I'm the host, but I can't be able to help this one. Guys, when pain comes into our lives, you must embrace it, just like Cara did. She wasn't mad. Instead, you know, she embraced it with all this courage and strength as much as she can, because when pain comes into our life, we must be willing to embrace it, because it is a way, it's a special way of how God wants to kind of like touch our lives, and so that we can go back to Him, because sometimes we forget that we're humans. When we are on the top of our situation, sometimes we forget how to pray and be grateful to God's blessings. So it's an incredible sharing with us today. And we can still add one more question for Cara, because she's really pouring her heart out, and her wisdom is such a wonderful wisdom that anyone can actually learn from.
Hi, Kai. This is Kay. I have a question for you, Cara. I'm doing a watch party, and my phone's just blowing up with men talking about cancer and how to help their wives, how to help their daughters. Breast cancer is not just a woman's disease. How did you handle all of that with your husband and your family?
Thank you, Kay. Hi, by the way. And I know everybody doesn't have the same kind of situation in their marriage, but that was one thing with my husband. He was so supportive, and he used to, I'm just crying, I'm sorry, but he used to go to bed at night, his heart would pump so hard, he would have heart, I think he had heart problems going through it, because he had to be the strong one for me, and he had to take on all of the pain that I was, and the unknowns. That's what's so hard about it. And he shaved my head when I was going bald, and my kids were in the room, and we all shaved my head together. And I think it brings you together, because you need that person so much to support you, and it's just so important, like, just to be there, and maybe like don't say anything, or just to be there for a hug, or just to be there. We need different things at different times when we're going through things like that, but just the support, knowing that he was with me at all my appointments, whether it was just sitting there for chemo for 4 hours, or talking to the doctor about something important, just knowing I had that strong person next to me, because you're not strong when you're going through this. And for any men and family members, that's the biggest thing, is just be there for the support. It's hard for you too, and you need support too from your friends. Reach out to people and hopefully share your heart, to talk about what's happening. I know sometimes men don't want to talk about things, and they go through struggles alone, but I think that's kind of why my poor husband had heart problems going through it all, and anxiety and high blood pressure, because you want to hold things in, but they need help too. They need a support system, because like you said, Kay, it's not just the person going through cancer, it's everybody around them, and it's definitely a family issue too. So I guess that's I hope I answered your question, but it was, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. And I didn't mean to make everybody cry.
Oh no, it stirs up things. It's been, I'm knocking on wood here, but it'll be 5 years in October. So I'm just like, sometimes you don't think about this stuff for a while, and it comes flowing back in, but I'm happy to talk about it.
Well, thank you for sharing with us, how you and your family kind of like together, they helped you shave your hair. And that was powerful, Kara. For me, that was powerful, because, support system makes a big difference, you guys. And to have and to hold, that's actually one of the chapters. I just forgot what chapter was that, but it's powerful. To have and to hold, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, support system will make a difference while you're fighting from your darkness. And we have one more call, because this is such a great sharing with us, and I will say yes to that, Beth. I will allow you to ask one more question and go ahead, take it away.
Hi, Kara. Listening to you, I love you more and more. Oh my God. Listening to you, it really breaks my heart, because I've been through the same thing as you've been through, all of that combined. And it's exactly the same thing. We shaved my head. The whole family shaved my head together in the bathroom.
Wow.
People don't know how hard it is with what we've been through. And but right now, it's like you are already living with your soul. You are so connected with your soul. I'm sure of that. And what is exactly the purpose that you found from this, going through all this? Did you find a certain really purpose for your existence? Why God gave you a second life? If you can share that, I know that might be big or, deep, but if you can please share that to everybody.
Oh, well, first of all, Beth, I want to say just that I love that you share that you go through this too, because so many of us do. Breast cancer is, I think it was 1 in 3, wasn't it? It was like 1 in 8 women, but 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will get some type of cancer in their lifetime. So, we have so many people going through things like this. And I think when I was given a second chance, I think I just promised the Lord that I would you always wonder, maybe a lot of people don't, but I always wondered, everyone has a purpose in life, like you said, Beth, and what is my purpose? Some people might know that right away, and some people, I don't know if you ever know, but I said when I was going through this, to have a second chance, I would make sure that I was available to other people going through it, and I would use my story to help others. And it's so funny when Kai talks about like being a light and things like that, because when I pray, I always pray, I'm like, please let me just be a light in this world. I just want to be a light, and if I can help just one person that's going through something terrible like this find a way to move on and get through it, then that's what it's all about. So I think I found that. I found and another thing is to follow your dreams. I waited for so long. I had a job in management, and it was a good job, but I wasn't, I don't know. I think life is so short. We have to follow our dreams and do what we love to do and find our purpose, because that's I guess the one thing. I just wanted to make sure I was a light in the world, and I always felt like I might have been before, but I'm intentional about it now. I try to be intentional to do things the way that I'm purposed to do it, the way that the Lord would want me to be. And I think that's my biggest thing that I got out of everything. I just remind myself that all the time.
Beautiful. Being the light to the world and not become the darkness in the world. That would be the children of light versus the children of darkness. And I can relate to you, ladies. Beth, I know you also had a struggle of breast cancer. You're also a breast cancer survivor, just like Kara. And I did not, unfortunately, I did not experience that. However, I have experience with my husband, his stage 3 brain cancer. And so I can definitely relate to your story, Kara. And I know it is so difficult, not only for you, but for your loved ones. And it was so, so hard. It's like grueling, like almost grueling. But we are lions at heart. We continue on, and we will find that light no matter what, because it's only us, you guys, it's only us who can definitely stand up and bring that line and warrior in life, discover our warrior, being a warrior in life, and discover our courage and greatness within. So I'm so sorry, you guys. I know many of you would like to ask Kara, but this is a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I am just so excited, Kara, for sharing your heart with us right now. What a beautiful guest and co-host. Thank you for co-hosting with me. And you have changed so many lives. You have touched so many lives. Do you know that? Do you know how special you are right now? That we are making a difference. This is our journey, and how cool it is with our Lion at Hearts members. We are just gonna grow all together. I love you guys, and thank you. Thank you for gracing our show, and thank you for your support and love to Kara and myself. We love you.
Thank you
Say
so
hi,
much.
bye, Kara.
Bye.
Thank you,
Kara.
everybody.
Bye.
And I'm
Bye,
sure
everyone.
Kara, right? Next, this is gonna be
Goodbye,
everyone.
Lionesses.
Saturday.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Kara.
everyone.
Thank
Kara.
you.
Bye,
Cheers.
everyone.
Thank
You
you.
guys, thank you so much.
Everyone go home and roar.
Have an amazing
Love you, love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.